folks, and thanks for checking out this video here on G for G. Today we are in Heroes of the Storm, taking a look at Li Ming, the rebellious wizard. She's the wizard from Diablo 2, and it is also Lunar Fest currently here in Heroes of the Storm. Lunar Festival, you have played 25 games to receive a holiday portrait, and catch the monkey once per day to receive 100 gold. Now this is likely just like the Halloween one, and when we were catching the treasure goblin about once per day, and then you got the Halloween portrait and whatnot. So in case you have forgotten, I should have the Halloween portrait over here somewhere. There it is. There is Lunar Festival from last year, which was only 10 games at the time. And then there is the Treasure Goblin. That's the one that you got from the Eternal Conflict event. So there's the 25 games, and then there is just defeating him once. So my other somewhat coveted portraits are, of course, the Alpha, the Get to 40 in the Beta, Billy the Kid, which was a real money purchase at the time of the beta, the Facebook milestone, Heroes of the Storm launch, the Battle.net and Twitch linking, and also watching the streams. I'm sorry, yeah, so this is just any real money, and this was the one that was actually during the beta. The one that I typically go around with now is the Greymane one, but I was using the Swarm Evolution for the longest time as basically one of my highest honors. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at Li, look at her abilities and whatnot. So now there's actually been a rather good amount of information about Li Ming, because she's been on the PTR for some time. So there's been a pretty good amount of information about her coming out in the HOTS community. Her Q is magic missiles, and the path of the missiles changes depending upon how far out the cursor is. 3 shots are fired, but the pattern changes. So you basically have to, that's why she's hard, is you have to kind of pick the right distance to get the right pattern that you want. Q is arcane orb, which is a large orb that gets more powerful and bigger the further it goes out from Li Ming, and a very short cooldown on teleport. One heroic is disintegrate, which is the gigantic beam of death. It works equally well on heroes, structures, and minions. She has wave of force, knock all enemies back from an area and deal 160 damage. Probably like Falstead is my guess. And critical mass, getting a takedown refreshes the cooldown on all of your abilities. So looking at her skins, there's her default color, which is somewhat Jaina-ish. Then she has a red, which kind of looks like Blood Elf coloring, a little bit deeper. And then there's her yellow, which almost makes her look like almost like a witch at this point. The graying of the hair and the somewhat earthy colors make her look kind of like a witch on that one. Her master skin, she gets a huge hat that just, for some reason I see that hat and I think of Flash Gordon instantly. Something about this looks Flash Gordon-ish. I don't know if Ming the Merciless was wearing something like that, but it's close. Kind of the pinky purple that you see on some of the other females like Morales and Sonya. And the frost-ish coloration that we see on some heroes. Uther's got something that looks like this. This does look pretty cool for her master. The staff also gets considerably more ornate. And then her store skin is the Sailor Moon looking outfit. So this green is pretty similar to one that Lunara has. And oh my god, wow, that's Gem! I'm dating myself here with my age, but that is like, that looks like fucking Gem. Gem is truly outrageous, Gem. Not the recent movie one, but the old cartoon. Oh my god, that is Gem. Wow. So there's her abilities. We know about them already. And here are her talents. Astral Presence. I believe there is, by the way, there is a teleport build going around. I think there's a magic missile build and a teleport build. Can't imagine I would use the teleport build too much, but then again, I haven't played her yet, so I don't know. Your mana regeneration is increased by 100% while below half mana. That seems pretty good for lane sustain. There's Power Hungry. Regeneration globes restore 100% more mana and then grant 10% of... Wow. That's nice. Force Armor. When magic missiles damage an enemy hero, you gain a charge of Spell Block. So not regular block, but Spell Block. I would think this would be good if you were going up against a heavy ability team as compared to a auto attack team. Etherwalker, if you haven't taken damage in the last 5 seconds, teleport costs no mana and the cooldown is decreased by 2 seconds. Wow. So that's definitely probably the initiator of any teleport build, is that one right there. My knee-jerk is that I would choose Force Armor situationally, but I may be going for Power Hungry on any given day. Charge Blast. Basic attacking a target recently hit by magic missiles does extra damage. It's a nice poke there. S of Johann. When arcane orb damages an enemy, they are pulled towards its center. That's neat. Triumvirate. If an arcane orb hits an enemy hero after traveling at least 80% of its base range, cooldowns reduced. I like that. I think I'd be picking that very often. Dominance. Takedowns restore 25% of your maximum health. So now you've got 2 abilities off of takedowns. This, of course, would mean killing lots of people pretty frequently. Triumvirate stands out for me. That seems pretty good. Increased magic missile, single target damage. Arcane orb does more damage from afar, so that's like Sergeant Hammer. Calamity. Teleport does damage. Teleport does 300 damage to enemies near your destination. That actually doesn't sound nearly as good as I would hope, because, well, yeah, I guess it's probably up enough that she could use it to get in and get out. So if you have faith that you can survive long enough for it to come off a cooldown, which may be determined by Etherwalker, that might be good, but my knee-jerk is teleportation to get the fuck out of danger. So, but I don't know. That requires just me playing her a little bit. I would definitely go Disintegrate. Wow, there's short cooldowns on both of those. Abilities empower basic attacks. Glass Cannon increases your ability power by 15%, but decreases your maximum health. I would think this is situational. If you believed in your tanks and you had a good front line, kind of like what makes Lunara good, then Glass Cannon might be nice. But here's another teleport one. Increases teleport range by 50%, and if you lose more than 15% of your health at once, it's instantly refreshed. That's a nice get out of dodge, or get out of jail free card.
I don't just cause problems, I can also solve
If you're having some problem living, I can imagine Illusion as being picked in every build, almost. Really nice for getting out. But if you're, yeah, Cannoneer, either one of these are good for just raw damage. Magic missiles move faster, lower cooldown, that seems nice. Mirror Ball, magic missiles fire an additional 2 missiles. Arcane Orbit, increase arcane orb range. And there's Diamond Skin, like Emma Frost.
You need only say the word.
Disintegrate slows enemies. Repulsion, Tarash's elements. Your abilities benefit from 20% bonus damage as long as they aren't cast twice in a row. I guess if you're toggling your spells like Missiles Orb, that would be good. So perhaps reduce cooldown on one type of ability may hurt this a little bit. Activate the Archon form, allowing you to repeatedly use Disintegrate. Yeah, so you can still move with this, but this is basically like move, cast a spell, move, cast a spell, but only Disintegrate. You have none of the other items available to you. I have seen this being used in the PTR, And it is really, really good for taking things down late in the game. I mean, you just obliterate structures with this. But again, you would want somebody in front of you for that, just to make sure that you are not coming under massive fire. Would I get the Star Princess one on this one and the chariot? I wonder if I could see other colors of the chariot. No, unfortunately not. Can I see others of the chariot? Nope. So yeah, it's funny that Jaina's right here. She does share a lot of similarities to Jaina in certain respects, in terms of the appearance. 2247's a little expensive for the full bundle. I may grab Li Ming and maybe bundle up later, although I like her face a little bit more in the Star Princess one. So, I'll go ahead and pause the video, and we will come back after I get into a match. But first, what is going on in this bundle? Oh, yeah, the lunar skins and the dragon. So there's Lunar Chen from last year, and there's Lunar Lily from last year. That's actually old. But there seems to be more stuff going on here. Oh, okay. It was just the icon for World War. I didn't recognize that the little thumbnail there of that hat. So that's apparently how they represent World War Sergeant Hammer. Okay. I see that. So, of course, we also still have Space Lord. And there is a mount over here. The mount is pretty cool. I gotta admit, I like that bike. So, there is definitely a lot of money you could be dropping into. Here's the Storm right now. We have the Healer Bundle and the Ultimate Healer Bundle still coming forward. It doesn't seem like any of the lunar mounts are available outside of the bundles quite now, but for me, the Li Ming and the Lunar Festival ones are definitely tempting. If we look over at skins, there is Lunar Illidan, there's Lunar Jaina. Let's look at her colors.
For the appliance.
This outfit right here, I'm pretty sure is what Charlie looked like in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. In the beginning when she was singing in the club, I think she looked almost identical to that. I kind of like the blue. That one just looks super friggin' slutty. This one looks cool. I would go with that one if I went with Lunar Jaina, but I have Winterveil Jaina. I don't need another one for her. Illidan. Don't like the first one. I like the last two on this one for my Illidan. I like that one a lot. And that one's close. Not that crazy about that one. So, alright, I'm going to pause the video until we get into a match, and then we'll see her in actual action. Alright, so we're going to be dropping in with a Zeratul, a Nova, an Arthas, and an Illidan on my team. Lots of damage, pretty low sustain against the Sonya, Avatar, Tychus, Li Ming, and Butcher. So again, lots of damage over there. Not that much sustain other than possibly an Avatar hat. And I'm pretty sure since Avatar is named Ukiura from Bleach, there's going to be a lot of Brazilians on the enemy team over there. Because nobody names themselves after Bleach characters other than Brazilians for some reason. I don't know why. But hopefully we should be dropping into the Nexus right now, and I'll pick my first tier. I'll show you guys the beginning of combat. We'll pause it again until a little bit later in the game. Right click on the Monkey Elder to gain his blessing. I guess with my teleport, I'd be a good one to stay close to this guy. Haven't picked yet. I think I might do Power Hungry. I think I got his blessing. So I went with the World of Warcraft pre-order mount for her on this one. Seems to be a pretty good color so far. I plan to go the arcane orb build. We're not branching out very well. Well, we can't leave... what are you doing, Illidan? So, unfortunately, I start off alone because I would rather have the game done right. So, see what happens with the magic missile pattern there? It changes based on how far out you have the cursor. So far, mana seems somewhat okay. Trying to not get too far out here. Come on, Butcher, come into my gates like a moron. Probably teleported a little early on that one. Should have some decent poke on him, though. How's my range? My range for auto is okay. It's probably going to come out of the close. Yep. He's looking to do a charge gank from over there. Get fucked, nerd. Loser. Man, Butchers and Diablos make some of the worst decisions in this game. So Abathur's doing what Abathur does. He's mining the area out. Let's see if I can go in on this Sonya a little bit. Alright, so reduce arcane orb cooldown at max range. Teleport past that Sonya, who didn't even seem to go for me. Ooh, wow, that hurt. The guy yelling at the bot Nova is just embarrassing himself. Not to be surprising for guys whose name is I Broke You Bad. Alright, so let's bait the Punisher over the wall. Kind of got there, almost. So a lot of her abilities remind me of Kael from Cho'Gall. That's weird. Teleport just kind of stopped my momentum there. Not really too sure why this Zeratul... What is this Zeratul doing? A little aggressive on the Zeratul's part there. That was somewhat surprising. So it's only on a hero. I don't know if I'll continue to be picking that talent since it's only on a hero. And since trash does get in the way of it, that might not actually be as good of a talent as I initially thought. Nova might be in trouble here. Ooh! So, enemy missile came in and hurt pretty bad. Arcane orb does more damage from afar. So the other Li Ming's definitely got me at the moment. Let's see if we could have a good fight for this shrine. Now that we've got some talent under our belt, this is going to be kind of a big shrine over here. Who's this guy? Are you kidding? Wow, look at this butcher. Man, butchers are some of the most retarded players. At least Arnova's doing a pretty good job giving us some sight over there. That's nice. Didn't seem to do much on the cooldown. That Sonya was pretty much at max range over there. That Tychus was, yeah. I'm not a fan of that talent. I liked it on paper. I don't like it anymore. Okay, that one didn't hit anybody, even on the explosion, but no, not a fan of that one. Come on, let's get an auto attack in there. So yeah, you can definitely use her teleport to get in and not have to worry about it too bad going out. I tried to help the Zeratul. Yeah, definitely not liking Z's Vengeance too much. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause this until we get into a little bit of the deeper levels over here. We'll see how it's going. Alright, so we are now in late game over here. We're up 20 to 18, so we got a 2-level lead. And as soon as I clear some of this, I'll show you how the comparison between myself and the enemy Li Ming is working out. Things got kind of bad for the enemy one. I actually haven't died yet, which is probably just going to jinx me, and that was an unnecessary orb. I'm just going to try to stay about as north as possible so I get no smoke butcher ganks here. I did not go Archon mode for this one. I basically did the Gazlo style beam, where it slows. Really want to stop tanking these things. As you can see, this Sonya is really slowed over here from that. There's that Butcher. And you'll notice everything is cooled down already. And that's because of the kills. Now, it doesn't... Hero of the Storm in my first game is Li Ming. So there's the loadout. I have the highest siege damage, highest hero damage on the server. Had highest experience for a little while. I've lost that. Nice John Cena jump over there. I can get range on a hero. Ooh, that's nice placement over there. you can see, the beam really rips up buildings pretty well. I'm just kind of hanging towards the back. Alright, going to retreat. So this Nova is saying that she feels, or he feels, that Nova is better than ever. This Nova is not too unhappy with the changes to the Nova. So that's a good sign. So it can even be used on camps over here. It's a pretty good use. She's not too mana starved, which is what you would think for a character like this. She's held her own. So we're up 33 to 14. And let's see if we can see a difference in the talents. Can't tell if I hit anything there. So we're going to blink in for a little bit of an engage. There's Abather's little butt buddies, so maybe we have an Abather around here somewhere. Yeah, she can definitely be used to blink in and then have it up for blink out. Oh, I heard something. Oh, it's just the wall. And you'll notice all my abilities are now cooldown, including the heroic, and that's because Sonya died on that one. So she is really capable of putting out a lot of damage, especially when there's hero kills around. Also, the sounds have begun to change a bit in the game. I like them. And crits now have an almost comical splash to it, which is pretty cool. That was kind of a really big whomp on these skeletal minions over there at max range. That was pretty cool. That's just fun. Seeing those numbers like that is just fun. Little squishy. She's definitely taking some damage from these guys. Still just kind of respecting the fact that they have a butcher, but he's way down south. Alright, let's look at the difference in the talents. Well, I'll look at that at the end. I don't want to sacrifice any gameplay, but our Nova might be in trouble, so I'm going to try to go down and help out here.
Here we go.
Ooh, that's painful. That's some painful shit right there. Oh, I don't want to die to that. Whew. Oh boy, I thought like, oh crap, I couldn't blink through the wall. That minion's gonna kill me. Alright, so we got a few moments over here. Here's my differences compared to the enemy Li Ming. She went magic missiles. She went the arcane orb pulls in. She went magic missiles. She went beam. She went ability power, like I did. Let's see if we can't just finish off this match. Hero of the Storm, first time playing a character. I don't know if I've done that in a while. Don't think I did that on Lunara. Greymane might have taken a bit. But honestly, part of it is their butcher is overcommitting, which is not uncommon. Butchers and Diablos tend to have the same thing. Their charge often gets them into way too much trouble. One of the things that I will say about Li Ming is that if you go for her distance talents, her abilities definitely go out further than her basic attacks, and that might get slightly disorienting. See how far that went? That's nowhere near my basic range. That's my basic range. And look, they go out that far. So if you got line of sight, it may be good if you're going the range talents to kind of fire off and then blink in behind it. Ooh, wanted a little bit more range on that one, but I slowed her a bit. I had a few ticks there. Here's that Diablo. So since I have my teleport up, you know, I can always just stay around the outside. Blink out if there's any trouble. There we go. First win, first play, first hero of the storm on Li Ming. My opinion on her so far is that she's a lot of fun and capable of doing a ton of damage. Maybe even in every spec. I'll have to check that out. So, I finished with top siege, lost right at the end to the Nova on top hero, but still second place on the server, and lost XP contribution. But unkilled and got a hero of the storm. So, looking at talents, I did power hungry. She did force armor, which is not too bad with the Nova, but that maybe was not the smartest of decisions. Now, if I had gone force armor, still not that smart if I had done it. I did triumvirate. The arcane orb hits an enemy here after traveling at least 80% of its base range, cooldown reduced by 7. I didn't find this kicked in too much. I probably will not do this again. She went Essence of Johann. Arcane orb damages enemies, they're pulled towards its center. Might be good. I did Arcane orb, does an additional 25% more damage to enemies far away, but it will deal less if it hits up close. She did Seeker. I did Disintegrate, she did Disintegrate. I went Cannoneer. When you use an ability, increase your next basic attack by 75% and cause it to deal ability damage. She did Glass Cannon. I did Arcane Orbit, which is kind of like, so she's almost treated like Sergeant Hammer. She did Mirror Ball. Magic missiles fire an additional 2 missiles. She did, I did Temporal Flux. Disintegrate slows enemy. I call that the Gazlo. And she did Talrash's elements. Your abilities benefit from 20% bonus damage as long as they aren't cast twice in a row. Considering she went heavy missiles, this might not have been that smart. I like my build. I would stick with it, but I may change Triumvirate because I just didn't quite see all the value in that one, especially when a lot of trash is getting away and when we're at those towers and we're dealing with the little skeletal minions. This might not be that good, but this might be good on something like Hearst Hollow. But, so, there is a look at the Lunar Festival, Li Ming, the wizard from Diablo 2. Definitely like her. Don't have another skin quite yet, but that will be her next skin. And I will definitely pick it when it comes up. And I may pick the gold when it comes up, just to simply say that I'm not a Li Ming noob. And my time in the cube today for picking Li Ming was not really too bad. It's pretty good. Nova. What's gone on with Nova here? So, still... everything's still the same there. Tactical Espionage. Increases mana regen while cloaked. Move speed. Pinning shot range. Increase pinning shot slow while cloaked. So that means you're now opening up maybe with the pinning shot instead of a snipe. Remote delivery reduces mana cost. So everything is... Alright, so this is almost like Lunara here. Range and sight range. Cooldown and mana cost. Increase the duration. Duration might not be that good. I don't know that you get a lot of value out of that. But I think I'll have to do a video on the new Nova and do that separate. So I saw Nova get face rolled by Lily already today. Nova no bueno. So some people are saying they don't like her, but I just had a Nova who did like her. Okay, well, there is a look at Li Ming, the newest hero here in Heroes of the Storm. And I think I will do a separate video on the changes to Nova at some point. Take care, everybody.